into the sun.
The only thing is, which is kind of dumb, is not one of them gets a natural extra attack.
There's a lot of bonus
Or
actions
gets one as a
so-
bonus action. Yeah.
So at level 11, my monk will gain a second resistance. That'll be fun.
Jesus.
Already shrug off
You
necrotic.
get to
Let's see
choose
what
it?
else. Yeah, you get to pick. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's crazy.
I think I'll go with acid, probably.
Yeah, those devils always being acidic.
Can you just like choose to resist like bludgeoning?
Barbarians can.
Well, I meant no. Yeah.
Oh no,
I mean,
it has to be like an elemental type. So it has
Okay.
to be. Let's see here. It has to be acid, cold, fire, lightning, or poison.
Yeah. Yep. Cool.
But if I could pick bludgeoning.
Who would like to walk us through what happened last time? Zephyr wasn't here, so be good to catch him up on kind of what happened. What you guys did.
Dude, I'm kind of down. I have some gnarly notes. Kind of down.
Go ahead.
We find ourselves in the beautiful, bright city of Elturgard, the giant companion in the sky. A city filled with knights and guards, many folks from the Order of the Gauntlet. Lots of protectors bounds. We're meeting in the morning at the pair of black antlers memory serves. And or the pair of black antlers. And this is where most of the guards go to buzz up with their watering hole. We find a big dwarven barkeep with a long red beard named Japarth. A friend of Onthar who we've been charged to meet here. We learned that there's not much crime in Elturgard, that the Hellriders and the Order of the Gauntlet kind of work congruently with each other. And then we meet Murko, a humorous Baldur's Gate living, rapier wielding, likes to take advantage of people's weaknesses wielding elvish, pale blue gray skinned fella with a hodgepodge attire. Brand, we find our next character, Brand, an Aragorn looking fellow initially, kind of from elsewhere, with a brass metallic left arm, humble, and happens to also be an over 7 foot tall Goliath. We then find ourselves meeting myself and a 5'8" kind of scrawny, thin, and fit human, seemingly resident of Elturgard and the surrounding cities of Elturgard. And what else is... I'm wearing commoner's garb. Then we meet Raul and his goat Rick. Raul is a yellow dragonborn fella with a faint glow, and he's from the wild and seems to talk a little bit like he's from the wild, and seems a little bit of a wildling. Punches things really hard, and we don't necessarily know that he is a follower of Tiamat, a not well-favored god. But it doesn't appear to be in line with the Cult of the Dragon, which brings us to the Cult of the Dragon in a moment. I'll return to that. But during this conversation, we've yet to meet Onthar. We spent a long time in this tavern pre-Onthar. We find ourselves not stumbling over, but we kind of find ourselves running into an invisible human female in a leather getup with a bow, Reya Mantlemorn, a young teenager Hellrider under the direction of Gideon, and apparently we're coming with her. We learn in talking to Reya about that we're leading a raid against the Cult of the Dragon. The Cult of the Dragon is trying to raise dragons across the realm. They've been doing some bad things around Elturgard, burning villages and whatnot. They destroyed the village of Greenest, which is sad for me, knowing Greenest, and Farm Town. And the cult isn't necessarily in Elturel, but on the outskirts. And next, we meet our folks. We meet Onthar, the big human paladin. Beautiful big gold arm and blue armor. And we learn that we're also meeting the Duke and Gideon. The Duke being the leader of the Flaming Fists, maybe, and Gideon being the leader of, or one of the leaders of the Hellriders. Yeah, so we meet Onthar, and Onthar kind of gives us the rundown. So we need to deal a swift blow to this Cult of the Dragon in our woods, and we know that they're maybe moving treasure through Baldur's Gate north to High Moor to get away from the watchful guard and gaze of Elturgard. So if we capture, so dealing with them is one thing, but if we capture a cultist, we get aid double. We can perhaps we were suggested. Oh, I'm gonna skip over that. This is the first time the Cult of the Dragon has posed issues with Elturgard in this region, and Gideon instructs us that Reya will be leading the raid. Reya, this slightly wily teenager, who seems pretty, I don't know, like kind of gung ho and a little too big for her britches. But she's been in the Hellriders for 4 years and apparently done a lot. We are, through a tiny bit of questioning, even though I had full trust on a critical failure to insight check about the real intent of these leaders all coming together, seemingly hiring adventurers. No, nothing strange at all about that. Through some questioning, trying to determine from Gideon, the leader of the Hellriders, that they might have not been telling us the full truth. And that the cult has things up their sleeve that they are not really prepared for, and they're trying to raise a dead dragon using that treasure that they're moving north. And so we're kind of being sent in the stead of others to kind of take a litmus test of what's really going on, attempting to see if we can prevent things from going awry. And that's when we get that nice deal of, if we bring back a member of their cult alive, get paid double. Fortunately, Reya gave us some sigils, a green leaf embossed with yellow, blessed by Gideon, who is a high as well as the leader of the Hellriders, that appears like it might give us advantage on saving throws for the next 24 hours, but in earnest, Raoul was not down, but everyone else was down for that lovely blessed sigil. And we find ourselves leaving Elturel on horseback on this beautiful day, and we run into, on the road, a young couple seemingly getting wed by the road, and they are coming up to us and saying, "Hey, you!" And that's where we end. So that's where we begin. I'm your host, Brendan Lee Mulligan. No. All right. How'd I do? Maybe a little too dead, but I apologize.
Very good.
That was extremely thorough. It was very nice.
I gave me some updates for my notes.
You got it.
I'm not taking notes. It's all up here.
Impressive.
Yes, you find yourself, you hear this married couple kind of wave at you and mention your party's names. That's kind of where we'll kick off. However, Zephyr, you have been told you were actually running late to this meeting, and actually were sent a missive to meet them on the way. So you managed to catch up to them after basically booking it from Elturel, and you are coming up from behind them. If you want to make a quick intro about your character, who they are, what they look like for everybody.
Sure. So you'll see an air Genasi kind of running behind. Wait, guys. Sorry. He is about 6 foot tall, very tall and lanky, very slender. Doesn't look like he has a lot of muscle on him, but he is dressed in very fine clothing. Nice button-up shirt with some trousers and some suspenders. He has a nice gold bracelet with some crystals inlaid in it and a ring on. He has like very light, wispy white hair and very sky blue eyes. And trying to see if there's anything. Oh, his skin is very pale blue as well. So he looks very different than most of the other people you would probably come across. That is probably all you would notice just on first glance.
Cool.
Would I know what a Genasi is?
Go ahead and roll me. I mean, technically you already talked to one, but yeah, you can go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
Cool.
Are Genasi common in the Sword Coast?
No.
I don't know why that wasn't. Whatever.
Nope, we are very rare. In fact, it would be very rare for a Genasi to bump into another Genasi. Well, in normal Sword Coast, sorry.
With a 11, I don't know.
11.5.
They're another race that exists, I guess.
Have I seen them before? That's what I mean. Like, is this like a novel fucking being? That's what I'm
this
curious
is
about.
definitely novel for you. Being
Okay.
from Elturgard yourself and travel around, like, you would not have seen many Genasi in your travels.
Cool.
You're late, buddy. We were almost gonna leave you behind.
I'm sorry. I was just having a little fun. I lost track of time. Sorry, it won't happen again.
You were drinking all night, weren't you?
Perhaps I was. I mean, I'm just trying to enjoy the night, you know? You know how it is.
This guy's gonna be trouble.
You all see Reya at the front of the group just kind of, like, shake her head. It's always the newbies. Oh my god. Why do I always have to deal with these people?
Hey, what can I say? I had a good time.
Yeah, just join up with the party. Alright. Yeah, you guys continue on. You guys are kind of like walking towards the wedding party now. You see as you walk up, there appears to be kind of two kind of people standing next to each other, one of which would have raised their hand and said hi to you. There used to be a young human man, kind of dressed in the formal wedding kind of attire. This wedding attire usually is pretty frivolous. I guess it has kind of like fluffy kind of white everywhere with the gold and blue kind of embedded into different parts and embroidered. As you walk up, you'll also see that there's an elderly priest of Lathander kind of standing a little further back from where they are, obviously probably officiating the wedding of this young couple. The young couple walks up, and the guy basically looks up and he's like, "Would you mind? I would love if you were able to. It's very customary for we need a witness, and it would be nice to have you all as being witnesses for our marriage."
Are we still all up on our horses?
Yep.
Does Zephyr have a horse?
Yep.
Sorry.
Come on, fellas, it's only right. I love human weddings. They're a party.
Absolutely. This guy's got the right idea. Let's party.
You settle down. You done enough partying already, buddy.
Do you run into many non-human wedding, Murko?
Yeah, well, I mean, just in comparison to the elvish weddings are pretty dry. Oh, the Goliath ones, I bet.
No, goblin weddings. I've never
Oh,
seen a
goblin weddings.
Oh god. I see.
The couple just stands there waiting for a reply because they think you're talking amongst yourselves.
Yes, the answer is yes. We will witness this holy matrimony. What's the name that you will be taking?
Are you addressing this to them both or to one of them in
The
particular?
presumed bride.
She looks up. Me not having a last name.
Stocks. To the name table.
She replies, Kaya Bronk. That is my husband's last name.
That's a beautiful name. So yeah, what do you need from us? Should we can we bring the horses, or what are we doing here?
Yes, it would be nice if you just get off your horses and come up to the mountain, well, the hill there with the priest. We don't really have much of anything. It's just underneath the weeping willow tree up above us. You'll see that literally there's nothing else set up except for just like the priest standing there awkwardly.
Well,
What do y'all
I'll
think? Do we have
dismount,
time
but
for
I
this?
want to see what Ray is doing. Like, I'll get off my horse, but I want to sort of clock her and how she's reacting to this.
Reya just kind of looks over. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to do it, I mean, it's typical custom. So, yeah, I'll be just down the road. She just kind of like turns her horse and walks past them.
What about y'all? Do we have time for this, or what do you think?
Oh, I already dismounted. I'm already off my horse.
Okay, I follow suit. And
Sure.
up this way, up the hill. What'd you say, Miss Kaya Bronk?
Yes, not Kaya Bronk yet, but yes, Kaya Bronk, this way. And you'll see the young couple kind of like walk up the hill towards the elderly priest.
I've always wanted to be a bridesmaid.
I hate to break.
Go ahead.
Word pause.
No, it's funny because I clearly I would not be. Anyway, yeah, let's
It's ironic.
let's watch this go down.
Cool. Yeah, you guys follow them up, kind of to this kind of like nice scenic view of Elturel itself, underneath this huge weeping willow tree that stands on top of this small hill. The kind of elderly priest of Lathander looks at you and just kind of nods. For those of you who are accustomed to kind of like Elturel and have been there before, you know it's pretty customary to invite strangers to witness this, especially when it kind of people are committing to their new union. This is very standard. For those of you who don't, this may seem a little weird. So yeah, but cool. Yeah, you guys walk forward. The two kind of future married couple kind of hold hands and kind of stand facing each other with the priest of Lathander standing in front of them. And the priest of Lathander just kind of waits for you guys to kind of gather around. I know there's a few
I
of you
gather around.
who didn't say that they came up. Where are the rest of you at? Or because I know some of you haven't dismounted yet.
Still on the horse, on the road, just watching.
Cool.
I'm going
So
out.
I came up, because I figure, like if they're being honest, it would be nice. But I also like have my hand on my axe under my cloak because this is sus.
Sure. Very sus. Commoners getting wed on a scenic view over Elturel.
Hey, Hey, I have played Fallout enough to know that bandits are like, hey, come help us with this thing, and then all their friends jump out at you. So you never know what bullshit could be planned.
Do you know what? Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Like, how does I want to insight check the priest? Is this a legit priest or what?
He hasn't said anything to you. I'm gonna say this is a perception
Or like a
check.
religion check? Okay, for sure. So you got the garb, perception.
I mean, he looks legit. He's wearing, like, the typical garb of a priest of Lathander and has kind of a sigil on him. Nothing crazy.
Cool. It's a priest. No. I'm just kidding.
He didn't roll quite that bad.
Yeah, Jens is just the most trusting person.
So trusting so far, it's fucked.
As you guys walk forward, the elderly priest of kind of Lathander just kind of looks over. Thank you all for joining us in officiating this young couple. I believe you both know what you need to say for your vows. And the young couple will kind of say to each other. Sadly, I can't do two voices at once, so we're just gonna go with the guy's voice. Before the Morning Lord Lathander and those here today, I commit to you, now and always, until we return to his endless light. And after both of them say this, they both kiss. They kind of look back at you, and the new wife goes and picks up a bag of flowers that she kind of had sitting off to the side, and will walk up to each one of you. Thank you so much for officiating, and here you go. And she hands each of you a flower. The flowers appear to be blue roses, kind of tinged with the white on the edge.
It was
After
a
the
beautiful
ceremony, I would have
wedding.
used prestidigitation to like pop confetti and go like
Oh my goodness!
flowers raining down.
You're a magician. It's so wonderful.
Yes, this is a happy day.
It's like, I want to know if, like, Zephyr is still drunk. No, just kidding.
Yeah, so she gives out a flower to each of you. Anything else you would like to do?
Can we get drunk? You don't know.
Oh, God.
Yeah, where's the open bar, Father?
The elderly priest just kind of like looks at you with disdain. I don't have alcohol here. This is a holy matrimony.
Oh, right. Well, it was beautiful. Thank you for letting us be a part of it. Maybe throw in a couple of one-liners next time you do it. But it's good stuff. It's good material.
He just kind of stares and glares at you. I have done this many times.
Well, I can tell. Lathander would be proud. Thank you again. It was beautiful.
Of course.
And congratulations to you too, the Kaya Bronx. Cheers for the flower.
The woman thanks you, and then they kind of make their way up to the willow tree and kind of sit down next to it, talking to each other. You hear behind you, Reya. You guys done doing whatever you're doing over there? We need to get on the road.
Yeah, we're done. They said they were gonna name their firstborn Reya or something, but I told them not to.
She looks at you. Okay. That's kind of weird, since they don't know who I am, but, alright. That sounds great. Anyways, you guys gonna come back, or what? She, like, stares at you guys all just kind of, like, standing up, still on the hill, not coming down to your horses.
I'll walk back to the horses.
We're coming.
Yeah, Rawl never left the road. He just kind of sat there and watched from the distance. He's going to start clip-clopping down the road.
Very nice. Cool. Does everybody get back on their horses?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Yep.
I just get up with my long-ass legs. Like, don't even need to use the stirrups.
Very nice. Cool. Yeah, you guys get back on your horses. Reya will like kind of take the lead. She says behind her back, maybe a little while until we get to Elturgard Woods, just as an FYI. Yeah, just hold on tight. She kind of gets into a gallop on her horse.
A gallop.
Would anybody like to do anything? It's going to take a little while, so this is kind of a time to decide if you would like to do anything as you kind of make your way through the kind of road up heading towards Elturgard Woods.
Billy, your camera, you've become a fuzzy fella.
Oh boy, that's exciting.
Do we know how many, how long days travel this intends to take there and back?
Go ahead and roll me a survival.
May I assist with that?
Sure. You roll with advantage.
Oh. What?
Take rolls. I rolled it in D&D Beyond, but I don't think it
Didn't
worked.
pass over.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
You rolled a 17. I mean, that's good enough. You know it's going to take... you wouldn't know the specifics of where you're going in Elturgard Woods, but you know Elturgard Woods is about a little less than half a day's ride, kind of north of Elturel. And you would also know that, like, it's basically like half a day's ride to the woods, and then once you get in the woods, you don't really know where you're going, so you don't know the extent of, like, how long it would take once you're in the woods, but you would know coming back again, it's another half a day back to Elturel.
I just want to be all the way in the rear, and I'm just gonna be scanning, you know, the sides of the road ahead of us to keep watch for anything that might be looking to ambush.
Cool, so you're gonna be in the back?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Like,
I assume that we would.
There's the whole group, and then probably like enough of a space where if we go around a corner, they'll go around, and then I'll come around just after, so I can catch anybody that's like moving behind them.
Fair.
And if front isn't taken, we're all volunteers.
Reya's kind of leading. What about the rest of you? Where you think you would be?
I assume that we would know that me and Brant would know that each other is Genasi, right?
Yeah, pretty easily.
Well, I've never met a Genasi that isn't fire, so I'm not sure that I would know that.
I mean, roll perception, because it's not that hard to tell, but...
I figure I'm more book learned, and I've probably heard and read about the other Genasi that I would probably know.
Yeah, Zephyr,
But
I think you would probably know. That was more for Brant.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, 14. Brant, you would notice that there's some type of, like... It seems that there's some type of elemental energy coming off of this person, so you would get the idea that, like, this is probably another Genasi of some type, but...
Mm-hmm.
Would be weird that, like, he doesn't have flames coming off him, for example.
In that case, if I would recognize him, I'd probably stick in the back with him. Just be like, whoa, another one of us. How's it going, man?
One of us?
Yeah. You, me, elemental people. Genasi. You're Genasi, right?
Yeah.
Man, I've been here for like 2 years and haven't seen another one like us.
Well, 2 years is more than I can say for myself, so I'll take your word for it.
I think I'd probably be like ahead of you two, kind of like listen quietly.
I'll give sort of, the most like polite like little grin like
Let's see. Am I good? I'm not very good at reading cues, I don't think. So I'd probably just keep talking. Just making like small chit chat, nothing like super important, I guess, but just kind of just amazed by the fact that I saw someone else similar to him, and man, it's so cool meeting someone else like us and just going on like that.
Where do you come from?
Come from the plane of air.
That's where you call home?
That is where I call home. Fortunately, I haven't been there in a while. What about you?
Seems sort of like you see his eyes sort of cloud a little bit, like he doesn't really answer. He just sort of like looks off in the distance, and then like scans the trees again to like make sure that anybody's coming around. He doesn't answer.
Yeah, if you want to roll me perception,
hear
just
you.
so I have a reference point, Brant. Outside of like just perception of the person you're talking to.
And I'm gonna do the same thing, although I'm not actively doing it. I'm just kind of like trying to copy you. Like, do I see anything? Sorry, I'm distracting you.
Sure is
Yeah.
a nice road in this kind of hilly landscape, man. Very fun.
There be some trees.
I feel like with Zephyr just blabbing on, I'd probably like be less interested in the conversation and probably focus up a little bit about like the surroundings too. To be fair.
Sure. You can also roll me perception.
Cool. Oh yeah, those are trees.
Trees are cool.
Those trees.
Murko,
Trees are the best.
anything in particular you're doing on your way over here?
Yeah, I'm not paying attention to the road or anything at all. I have complete faith in Brant's capabilities. Having a chat with Jens, he's telling me about his boring little errands that he's been running for the past few months. I'm bored to tears. I turn around, hear Zephyr talking to Brant. Yeah, Zeph, he doesn't like to talk too much, or at least not so far.
Well, I'm more than happy to chat. Just, I prefer not to talk about the fire plane.
Fire
You know,
plane.
lots of
Oh.
fire there.
Is it bad? But you're fire, so that's okay, right?
And yet not fire enough, somehow.
Zephyr's trying to process that. Not fire enough. I'll take your word for it.
Oh, you don't have to. If you get the inkling to visit, you'll find out what I mean.
Someday I'd love to travel to all the elemental planes.
Eh.
The sound of a goat peeking up into the conversation.
Roll is just riding the horse backwards, like with the goat on his lap, just like watching. It's like,
Yeah, he's
Would I?
sitting on the horse like cross-legged, like Indian style. He's like sitting on top of the horse, just watching everyone talk, converse, and he's just sitting
That's
there
a
petting
feat.
the goat.
Would I know what elemental planes they're talking about?
Go ahead and roll me Arcana.
Okay. Sure. Oh!
I mean,
Not your day.
they're probably fields of grass that have different types of elements in them.
So Sick.
The elemental planes.
Oof.
Something, jet fuel, something.
I think that joke will always be too soon. I think.
Always. Sure.
Anyway, kind of starting to get the hint that Brant might not want to be talking too much. I'll start to quiet down and cease the conversation.
As soon as you take the hint, I poke in. I say, "Oh, so you're an outcast, huh, Brant?"
You see like the reins smolder a little bit, like that he's holding. Just like, you could say that, yeah.
You know, I can relate. Actually, I didn't know there was a fire plane, an aerial plane, but I came from the Feywild, and I thought that was the only other plane of existence here and there, the material in the Fey.
Would I know what the Feywild is? I'll do anything.
Roll me Arcana.
I'm just trying to.
Can I check to see if I know what the Feywild is?
You can also roll Arcana.
Oh!
Oh,
Let's go.
nice. I'm proficient, so I'm hoping I'll get at least a decent roll. Hey!
You know every
You know
other
everything
plane.
about the Feywild.
You know every other plane other than the two that you asked about before.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, so the Feywild, pretty cool place. You would know that there multiple like different portals open up to the Feywild and kind of deposit things and creatures into different lands, different realms. You would also know that like that's where a lot of like our different type of creatures come from. In terms of like, you know, when you're see like an Aarakocra, for example, which is like this bird type fey beast, you would know that probably came from the Feywild. You would also know that the Feywild was actually created by the Primordials, which basically are beings very similar in power, capable to the gods that you follow, but it is a different realm. There you go.
Sick.
Lore. Pog.
Love lore. Fuck yeah. From the Feywild, that sounds different.
Yeah, I mean, it is a bit different, and I didn't mean to poke too far, Brant, but I was sort of picking up what you're putting down, and I can relate, that's all.
Well, one doesn't end up looking the way that I do without being some sort of outcast.
I'd like to know what he means, just based on perception. What do you mean?
Did you just ask me that?
Yes. Zephyr, by the way, if you didn't know, doing my best -1, well, 8 charisma impression. So.
Well, he just, like, he doesn't say anything, he just, like, reaches up with his metal finger and taps on his metal eye, just like, ding, 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 ding.
I see.
Yes, they do.
I'm gonna just
No.
shut up. Just shut up.
Eyes see. Sorry.
I see. So the eye. Never mind.
Don't stare at him, Jens. I mean, come on, be polite.
Well, he did reference his
You're
appearance.
free to look. A lot of work went into them, but
Who's
They are-
them?
them, like the pieces.
They're pretty magnificent. They did it hurt?
Yes. lot.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Excruciatingly so.
But they're,
That's
you know,
not good.
they're an icebreaker. I mean, you must get a lot of chat at the old taverns.
I try to avoid chat as much as I can.
I told you, Zephyr.
Not in general, just from prying eyes.
No, I get you. I'm just winding you up a bit.
Oh,
That's
like this,
okay.
and
I come on a little
there's like
too
a keyworks.
strong.
There's a keyworks on his shoulder, and he just like winds it.
Well, I'll tell you what, I feel safer having you around, such a resilient-looking person as you are. I haven't paid attention to the roads at all. I know you're doing a great job.
He gets like looks a little proud.
Nice.
Yes, you do have this focused look in your eyes. Can definitely tell you'll be able to see things around us.
Brawl has a passive of 16. I don't know if that helps at all, but there's
Stonks.
that. Keeping an eye out.
Yeah. You don't see anything as of now.
Awesome.
Anything else you guys would like to talk about on your way?
Does Rick understand any languages?
Wow. What a question.
Does he understand common or not?
He understands simple commands in common, but not necessarily like a lot of common. Like he knows his name and a few commands, but like
Would that mean he would understand telepathy?
he would understand very simple commands in telepathically.
Like run away.
like don't
Avoid
die.
the dragon.
Run.
Avoid the dragon fire. Run.
He's like he has a similar like to a very very stupid dog. That would be him basically.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
So after like anybody's attention, like sort of turns away, I sort of want to lean over to Zephyr a bit, and in Primordial, I want to say, do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. Back in Primordial.
Cool.
They have a code now. Uh-oh.
Yes. My favorite.
And then he'll say, "This is so cool. I haven't talked in this language for quite some time."
Give a sort of a curt nod and go back to scanning.
Zephyr starts to pick up on the cues a little bit more and leaves him alone.
Thank you, Reya.
Yeah, you guys continue down your path, and you'll hear Reya kind of say, "Well, we're almost there. Just a little bit longer. So, tell me, I'm kind of curious. You guys are kind of weird. I don't even know how you guys got recruited, to be honest. I think I said that earlier." And she looks at Zephyr. "You're also very weird. I don't even know why you're here. So if you want to tell me a little bit about yourself, that would make me feel more inclined to maybe trust you and, not want to knock you off your horse in case we get attacked." She just kind of like smiles.
What would you like to know?
So
I'm an open book. All you got to do is ask.
How'd you get recruited exactly?
I have certain abilities here and there that could be useful. I mean, I don't like to brag, but I am a little experienced in the magics. And he'll just kind of huff some sparks.
Ah, yeah, the spark's really quite cool. Alright. Well, happy to have another magic user on board. You guys are so helpful. She just kind of like gives you a weird smile that you can tell is fake, and then turns around. keeps kind of facing forward and kind of scanning the woods.
I just kind of rustle a little breeze through her hair.
Ooh.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
instant D20 roll from Billy.
I mean, she just like presumes it's just the wind, I guess.
Stonk.
I don't know what that
Must
was.
have been the wind.
Must have been the
What
wind.
was that?
She kind of like pushes her hair back over her shoulder that like got messed up from the wind. She keeps going.
Dude, Reya looks so much cooler than I imagined. Like, it's not fair. Like, she looks hella cool. I thought she was this, like,
adorable.
scrawny, annoying, like,
I mean,
little
she
fella.
is.
But, like, she looks way cooler than she sounds.
Yeah, no, Ray is cool. All my NPCs are cool. I'm just kidding. But
Except for that dork getting married.
I
Yeah,
mean,
fuck that guy.
just a dork, bro.
Wow.
Just a simple commoner of Elturgard.
No. That's
getting
later.
married.
That's for the honeymoon.
Would it be clear, like, what type of combat acumen Reya has? Like,
like what do you mean?
from, like, clearly they're, like, it seems they're probably not a spellcaster. Like, you know, does she
Other
have, like,
than
a ton of
invisibility,
arrows strapped to her back? Or, like, does, you know,
She
she
currently,
carrying, like, a... Yeah.
she currently has a quiver, and then what appears to be a short sword, kind of like strapped around her belt,
Cool.
and then also a longbow that's kind of on her back.
Cool.
That is impressive for as scrawny as she is.
She seems to be taking it relatively easy. Like, none of like nothing really seems to have bothered her up to this point, as you guys have traveled this far already.
She loves us. We're the best. Yeah.
Cool. Somebody said they have a passive of what, 16?
16, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't beat hers. As you guys kind of come up to a kind of like come around a bend of a road, you're coming to what appears to be a crossroads up ahead. Just you can kind of slightly see it. And Reya kind of like halts you guys and is like, I think I hear something up ahead. Everybody roll me perception checks.
Really good at those.
It's like my first character that doesn't have proficiency in perception. It's gonna be really hard.
I have it. I just haven't rolled well.
My plan is to multi-class into rogue to get double
Rogue.
proficiency. That's the plan.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, this is not horrible. Jens, Rawl, Brant, and Murko, you guys will all hear what sounds like a little girl basically saying, "Help! Help me! Help!"
I book it instantly.
Cool. Yeah, you guys, you'll see Reya also like book it after you guys
Yeah.
kind of pass by her. And then you hear, I'll be making fur coats out of you yet, you stupid woofs, as you guys come around the corner. And...
Yeah.
I
Good
need to
map.
do something here.
Whoa.
Hello. Here we go. Cool. yeah, you guys come around the map. You hear what sounds like fighting. Well, growling, and this girl like yelling at these growls. Oops. Cool. I will need... Well, technically you aren't in combat. Reya kind of like pulls her horse aside and is like, based on those growls, it sounds like maybe we should go on foot. And kind of jumps off her horse here.
Yeah, I follow.
Stonks. Agree.
Cool. Well, you see what you see.
And, when I get off my horse, I take my cloak off and I put it on the horse.
Very nice.
I tie the goat to the horse. If there's enough time for that.
You can do
if
so.
there's enough time.
You do so. You're not in initiative yet. Reya's like, well, looks like it might be some wolves. You want to take the lead? I can help from afar.
I'll go.
I'll go in, sure.
And she'll kind of like step over this and kind of make her way to the left here.
So do we, like, we just hear noise? Do we see, like, a clearing or anything at all? Like,
You're hearing noise coming around this bend that's kind of in front of you. It sounds like growling noises. Pretty much anybody that like makes their way up the path here, once you get about here, you'll see what appears to be a giant direwolf. One of the giant direwolves circling this tree.
so I'll sort of tap roll, and I'll like, in a real, stage whisper, you take that side. I'll come around the other side. We'll come at it from either end. Oh.
Yeah, as you guys are making your way over, you will as soon as Rawl kind of like eclipses this little hill here, you'll see the wolf directly look at you and start growling.
Okay.
And as soon as that happens, you hear other growls as well. And you may, I will give the three that are just kind of like vibing back here a chance to move your tokens into a place where you would like to be. And then we will go to initiative.
I do not see my token.
Yeah, so is there a limit to how far we can move right now?
I would say Rawl kind of like moved up first, so anywhere behind him.
No, I moved with him. I said that.
Oh, then move your token.
Roll is...
I have that monkey 40 feet of movement speed. So kind of how I know where I'm at.
I didn't select my token. Should I re-roll?
Nope, it's all good. I can fix that.
Thanks. I'm gonna 45 seconds. Be right back.
Murko, can you see now?
No. I've clicked my token in the dark somehow, but
Okay.
I'm in the dark, and I should have dark vision. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I just needed to fix something.
So roll initiative.
Yep.
I clicked my token and oh, there it goes.
Yeah, make sure to click your token too, by the way. When you do so, which... Okay, Jens is a 20. Murko is 18. Brant
So
was an
I
11.
Yeah.
Cool. Jens. Damn, Jens with the high roll. The thing that he's not supposed to be good at. He is good at. Fuck. Cool. And... Wow! I mean, she's supposed to be good at this, so I guess it makes sense. Choice.
Particular dire wolf isn't feeling very initiated right now.
They're pretty distracted,
sleepy.
trying to get a free meal that's up in the tree currently, so. Cool. Dope. Everybody good to go? I know somebody said they had to step away real quick.
He's back. Yeah,
Cool.
There he is.
Yeah, so the scene that you guys come upon, to be very clear about what's happening here, you guys see what appears to be a little girl stuck up in a tree, kind of looking down at these direwolves below her. She basically is cursing at it, throwing like rocks and stuff. You also see that she wears this kind of colorful rainbow scarf that kind of bristles in the wind behind her. You'll see that there's several wolves there. You can see what you see. And then you'll also maybe see Rawl. You might see the outline of a smaller wolf compared to the bigger wolves that are kind of circling the tree. There appears to be another smaller wolf kind of like on the outskirts. Cool. You hear Reya say, "Oh well, I guess this is as good of a test as any," and she will shoot her longbow. You see her take 2 arrows, notch them, and shoot them both at the direwolf that's closest to you guys. And you'll see one kind of hits, and then the other one kind of just lands to the side. She kind of like curses at the fact that one of her arrows missed, but cool. Very nice. Yeah. Direwolf's turn. You'll see the kind of smaller one at seeing you guys will kind of like move back behind an outcropping of rocks. Jens.
I'm gonna ready my crossbow and fire off a shot at the closest wolf.
Cool. Hits.
Oh! Nice.
Very nice. Anything else for you?
Nah. How big, I guess, how big do these wolves look is my real question.
They are very big. They
Like
are
bigger than me?
not normal size wolves. Yeah.
Maybe I'll, yeah, for sure. Cool.
This is a reference point for what they look like.
Sick. Pack tactics, baby. I didn't see anything.
I didn't see that.
I didn't read anything.
I mean, anybody who plays D&D knows wolves have attack tactics, so no problem. Cool. Next up, Rawl.
Hey. 30. I'm torn between either fire damage or lightning damage. I will breath weapon. Fire damage. 30-foot line, 5 feet wide.
Cool.
Kill the child.
What's the line here?
It's Going to draw it.
No, just like which two are you hitting?
Oh, I'm hitting this one and this one.
Cool. Dex saves. That's a save. That's a fail. Remind me
That's
what.
Half damage on a success.
Cool.
And bonus action, I punch the one next to me with ice.
Cool.
Sorry. There you go. Does an 18 hit the wolf?
Yes, it does.
I rolled the damage before the attack roll. I don't know if you made a reroll damage or not.
Nope, that's fine. I'll take that 6 damage. Cool. Anything else?
That'll do it.
You see this wolf is not doing too hot. You'll see blood kind of dripping off from both the arrow that has struck it and then also all these additional attacks that have been put into it. Murko.
Alright, I will cunning action dash and then use the rest of my movement to make it get to either square. I'll get there. And I will make a stab with my rapier.
Cool. That'll hit.
Nice. And it should be rolling the sneak attack in the macro. I don't know why it's not, but I should get it. You don't need advantage on the attack if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it, which it is. How do I just roll sneak attack damage?
Should have applied that. I don't know why I didn't.
I'll just roll the d6. So 6 plus 4.
Wait, so it's 10 total?
Correct.
Yeah, you stab this thing and it lets out a wail. This thing is looking way worse for wear. Anything else?
No, that's my turn.
At seeing its kind of pack brother dying, you'll see this one run up and try to take a bite out of the monk friend here. Oof, crit.
Ooh, you know what? I have a thing. I don't know. You gotta sort of tell me how we're gonna rule this though, because I've seen the roll now. Let me put it in the. It's a class feature. Restore the balance. When a creature you can see within 60 feet of you is about to roll a d20 with advantage or disadvantage, you can use a reaction to prevent the roll from being affected by advantage.
This is like after roll. I didn't know you had that ability.
Well, matter of fact, it says when a creature you can see within 60 feet is about to roll. So I guess I would have to.
Yeah, I think this is like a call out.
Yeah, I think
cool.
so.
That's cool to know. But I will let you know on advantage rolls now because I didn't know that was a thing.
Cool.
Raw. You take 18 piercing damage, or 16 piercing damage. Sorry. And you need to roll me a strength saving throw, please.
Strength?
Yep.
Thanks.
You are also knocked prone.
Ooh.
Wait.
The wolf runs forward, biting into like a chunk of your arm, ripping it apart, and then like tosses you down with its mouth at the same time. And if you guys can change your HP totals as we go through on roll 20, that would help me a lot.
I took 16 just now.
Cool. Brant, you just saw your buddy get thrown to the ground ruthlessly and take a lot of damage.
All right,
that was
so I'm going.
Yeah,
that was a
16.
grand total 16 damage I took.
Yeah, it was 16
Okay,
total.
got it. Okay.
So I'm going to use my movement to come up to this boy here, and as he's running, you see the sort of metal fibers all inside of his arm start to glow, and they get really, really, really hot. It's the point where there's like a heat mirage sort of coming off of them,
Mm-hmm.
and I would like to rage.
Faux show.
And then I would like to make an attack with my axe.
You can do so. Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah. And then it's the damage plus what for rage?
It
Plus
should.
2?
Yeah, go ahead and roll the damage. I want
Yeah.
to see if it calculates it.
Oh.
Oof. Yeah, I think it's the damage. Are you recklessly, or are you?
They already have.
Yeah, and then I get
Plus 2
plus
for right
2
now.
melee damage.
Yep.
They already have advantage on you, so I mean, I think it's.
Yeah, I'll make that reckless. Did I have to call that beforehand?
Usually, yeah, but this is we'll accept it for now.
Working out the kinks.
So re-roll the damage.
I believe
No.
reckless is rolling with advantage.
Yeah.
So you already hit it, so
So-
that's all good. But
yeah.
going forward, that's just something that you can do.
Alright.
This is an FYI.
So, okay, but then I add 2 damage, so 8 damage total.
Cool. You
Nice.
basically your axe cleaves a chunk of the fur off of this dire wolf as it kind of growls back at you. Anything else?
That's it.
Zephyr.
Yeah. One thing I forgot to mention, would I have had my familiar created at this point or no?
I didn't. No.
I know I
probably.
brought it up in session 0, but I didn't bring it up, so
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
would
I
say.
guess if no, it's okay.
I would say no for now, just because I didn't know about it.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Zephyr is gonna look at this one right here that's looking pretty wounded, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah.
It's taking like quite a few hits. Zephyr is actually gonna cast Eldritch Blast on it, as most warlocks do. The way Zephyr kind of casts it is these gentle winds just kind of like wrap around him as it kind of like forms up like this force ball, and it crackles with a little bit of thunder, and he just kind of shoots it off.
Very nice. So yeah, roll for a hit.
14.
That'll meets it, beats it, so it does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, okay. I was like, I'm gonna be the one person who misses. Or no. So, ooh, max damage. So that's gonna be 13 force and 2 thunder because of my subclass.
Oh yeah, no problem. How do you want to do this?
So yeah, as this bolt of crackling thunderous energy slams into it, its eardrums just shatter and it kind of falls on the floor.
Very nice. Homie's dead.
R.I.P. homie.
Anything else?
And
Rip
I
the pup up.
am good where I am, so that is my turn.
Cool. You'll hear this, the last direwolf kind of howl at the loss of its mate, and it rushes forward and will attack the one who's downed.
I am gonna use the thing this time.
Cool. So it has
The thing.
it's a 17
Thing.
instead of a 24. I'm assuming that still hits you, Roll.
Barely, but yes.
Yeah, you will take 10 piercing, which I believe. Go ahead and roll me just one death save.
Yeah. Whisper, yeah.
Whisper, yes.
Oh, jeepers.
Oof.
Trying to find it on D&D.
Wait,
Beyond.
sorry. Could I have used my protection on that?
Yeah, you want to remind me to populate this? Or populate this for me, just so I...
Oh yeah.
Was disadvantage on an attack roll. Yeah.
Would-
I can do that. This is just creating disadvantage though, so it wouldn't. You can't create double disadvantage, unfortunately. So like, it's
Is
already.
it already at disadvantage? I
Oh.
thought it was at advantage.
It was at advantage, and then it got nerfed to regular. But like,
Okay.
you can't. I mean, that's kind of weird. That's a lot. But I'll just make another roll. Let's see. I mean, it's still 14. I think that misses.
All right.
But yeah, that's fine. Cool. Thanks, Roll. And that's the end of his turn. And you see, you hear Reya behind you, Yins. Oh, it's always the newbies, and she takes and shoots 2 more arrows out. Jesus. Cool. Yeah, you see 2 arrows fly from her longbow and slam into this one. And that is going to do... Holy shit, 26 damage. You see this thing just, like, slam backwards and, like, step back. And you just see blood, like, from where the arrows kind of slammed into it, just, like, explode with blood and just, like, dropping all over the ground. Like, this thing is not doing so hot. Oh, no, Discord. Fuck. Why do you always do this?
Alright. Welcome back.
So I'm back.
Congrats.
He's alive!
Discord do Discord things sometimes.
It do be like that.
That way.
We lost somebody else. Maybe? Or am I
Nope,
missing?
we're all
I don't
here.
think so.
Okay, cool.
Your camera's just not turned on yet.
Yeah, that would be...
There you go.
Yeah, we lost your ego. Sheesh. No.
Sorry, I'm just making sure I get this back where it needs to be. Cool. Yeah, this thing is looking like it's close to death. Reya smiles as she looks at Jens. Say, you might want to finish that off, huh? She finishes. The passive perception. Brant and Murko, what are your passives?
Mine, I think, is 13.
Yeah, mine's 13.
Yeah, you won't hear this. Cool. That's that guy's turn. Jens.
I. Bada bing, bada boom. I will attempt to. I'll like I'll be like, to Reya, and then I'll shoot the wounded one again with the crossbow.
Sure. Oh,
Sick.
that is a miss.
That's a miss. I will bonus action. Healing word, Mr. Rawl. You're
Cool.
welcome.
So that casting is like 60 feet? Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
You get 4 healing, Rawl. You are no longer down. However, you are still prone.
There.
Just doing what I can. And I will move a little bit closer. We love proximity. Yeah, that's good. I'm done. Thank you. Thank you for your service.
Anytime. Roll.
I
back
will
up.
use half my movement to stand up.
Cool.
First and foremost. I'm taking it the one to my east is the weakened one, yeah?
It would be the one to your south.
Okay. I will punch that unarmed strike one single time and see how we're doing after that punch.
Sure.
Fire damage.
That hits.
Okay.
How would you like to do this?
Right in the face.
Yeah.
Right in the nose. Like the hardest boop to the nose I can do.
Yeah, you'll see this thing's growling, and you just like punch it straight in the nose, and you just see the entire like front of its face just cave in as this thing dies.
Okay. Bonus action, unarmed strike on the other one. This time ice damage. 'Cause why not? An 18 hit.
That hits.
Damage.
That'll hit. And cool. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Cool. Murko. One wolf you can see.
Alright, I will take a step behind it. Can I flank it from here?
That is definitely flanking. Yep.
Great. And I will brandish my rapier and give it a stab.
Yeah, 15 will hit. Just barely. But cool, yeah, you stab it in its back, and it kind of like lets out a little howl.
Great. So the 11 plus the 3.
Yep.
And then I will uncanny or cunning action disengage from it and approach this child. Maybe I'm going here. And I'll just say, get behind me, kid, and I'll end my turn.
She's like up in the tree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like on a branch, like just kind of like looking down at everything happening.
Okay. Then I'll just sort of stand under her, and I'm looking around for incoming danger.
You hear her say, "Yeah, get him!" as a reaction.
That's my turn.
Cool. Brant.
Alright, so I would like to make my bonus action attack first. That's okay?
Sure.
Can I do that? Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Alright,
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah. That's 2 plus 2, so 4.
Cool. Very nice. This thing,
So
You take a chunk of its fur out, and it's looking like it's not doing
how's
so
it
well.
looking?
Not well.
Alright. Then I will take my main attack.
Ooh, that hits.
Alright. God, come on. So that's 6 plus 2, so 8, and then I will put a Divine Smite into that as well.
Very nice.
So that is...
By the way, you'll kill it, so you don't need a roll, but...
oh,
Cool.
alright.
Yeah, how do you want to do this?
So I want to, hit it like once in the back of the head with my offhand, and then sort of sink my other axe like into the mouth, and then like grab it and like Kratos with the Wolver like pull the jaw off. And,
Oh no!
Like,
Oh no! Not the Kratos with the Wolver.
Yeah, this thing like
No.
falls to the ground, bloody as hell, like blood just splattered all over the place. Very nice. You hear the little girl, "Yay! You got him!" And Murko, you hear. You guys are actually out of initiative now, by the way. For now.
is there one more?
Technically, but
Alright.
for reasons. You see the kind of like last wolf that looks pretty smaller, Murko. You would be the first to notice. Kind of, you hear behind you, kind of like growling in a low growl at you.
Whoa there, Pooch. Calm down. You don't want to end up like your mama.
You'll notice that like the wolf itself doesn't look the same as the other ones.
I have pretty decent animal handling. I could try using that if you want.
Yeah, come up here, guys. This one looks different. Anybody talk to dogs?
You see Reya just kind of like walk forward. She kind of looks at you and looks up at the little kid. "You okay?" The little girl's like, "Yeah, we definitely turned them into fur frickin' carpets. Oh, there's still one over there!" She looks behind her.
Don't spook it. Don't spook it. Raul, you're some type of beast, aren't you?
I guess. Ouch.
What are you doing here with animal handling?
Calm the animal. Calm them down.
Okay, you're just trying to calm them down.
Yep, that's it.
The dire wolf becomes a less dire wolf.
How are you trying to calm him down, quote unquote?
Like soothing words, like a staying low to the ground, kind of like a half crouch, kind of like reaching a hand out.
Okay. It like just kind of stands where it is. It's not growling anymore, but it's looking at you guys. Not necessarily aggressively, but it's not moving towards you either.
You said it looks different. Does it look younger, presumably? Does it look of a different species or type?
It mostly looks... It looks significantly smaller.
Okay.
And... it looks smaller. It appears to have several scars on it. Maybe from fighting other wolves. Go ahead and make a roll a perception check to see what else you get here.
Okay.
Seven. It's a wolf. For you, Murko.
Go ahead.
For Raw, you'll notice that the coloration is different. It's not like all white. It has kind of gray streaks through it. It appears to have several kind of cuts on its legs that appear to be recently healed of some type. You'll also be able to discern that this wolf kind of like is staring at you, and maybe he seems hungry. I'll give you that with a 23 perception.
Well, this one's hungry, and probably saw the little one as a snack. He points up to the kid up in the tree.
Perhaps we could feed it the other wolves.
You are a sadistic fucker, aren't you?
A trusting sadistic. Okay.
Aren't you a man of God or something?
Well, this one's smaller. No. I pull out, like, I don't know, some jerky from my fucking rations. Kind of, like, hand it to Raoul, who seems to be a bit more aware of what's going on with this wolf. Be like, you just handing it to Raoul.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put that in the outreached hand, like I'll like that, push it towards the wolf.
Uh-oh, we lost Zephyr.
Uh-oh.
He's dead!
Discord took him. The gypsies got him.
They finally got him.
Oh, wow.
That's what it looks like, by the way.
Already.
Cool.
Welcome back.
Whoa.
So yeah, I'll just take the jerky that I got from Gens and like hold it towards the wolf and like inch closer.
Yeah, the wolf tentatively kind of like steps forward, kind of sniffing as it does. Still pretty timid about the whole interaction, and then when it gets about a few feet from you, just kind of like sniffs and just like kind of stares, looking at the piece of jerky that's in your hand.
It's wolf jerky.
It's probably close enough. I'll just straight up like just like offer it to the wolf, like just point it at them, I guess.
Yeah, you see the wolf just kind of like gently grab it and then kind of pulls it away and kind of like lays down, kind of like staring at you guys, kind of eating its jerky on the side over here.
Can I collect the other wolves and sort of take them, like behind a bush away from the little kid and the still alive wolf, and use my knife and skin them for the pelts?
You definitely can.
Damn.
Yeah, go ahead and take them where you want, and then like move your character wherever you want to move him, where you would move the wolf pelts, or like the dead wolves. I will say one of the wolves was completely obliterated by your wonderful attack, but the two others seem like they might be able to bring some good fur pelt.
I'll just move sort of over here, like behind the trees.
Sure.
Just in a place where, the kid won't see it.
What are you using to kind of do this small
I have
knife?
a knife. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, go ahead and roll me 2 survival checks.
Oh.
Yeah, so the first wolf, you're not anticipating how like the hide is, and you kind of like cut it and really fuck it up. So basically it's unusable. The second one though, you're able to like actually, from your learnings of the first one, you're able to kind of cut into it and really kind of get a good grip on the pelt, and you're able to pull off a decent amount. There is part of the hide, like part of the kind of fur pelt was kind of messed up. This was the wolf that was hit like a lot in the beginning, so you didn't get as much as you could, but you definitely got like at least amalgamation of one, basically, I would say one pelt of these kind of dire wolves.
Reya, you seen a wolf like this before? Out in these parts?
She looks over. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty normal. They're just dire wolves. I don't know. Just...
This one too, though. This the smaller one.
What smaller one? She can't see the wolf because she's blocked by this tree. So she's just like looking around. She's like, "What are you talking about?"
Damn it, Reya, come over here. Look at this thing. It's eating jerky out of Rawl's hand right now.
She'll step around. Oh! I mean, he just looks a little smaller than the other ones. I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure what's different about it. It just looks slightly smaller.
What do you think, fellas? Do we just leave it be? Or, I don't know. Do you need another goat, Raw?
I mean, if we leave it alone, it'll probably not make it, because it's not in its pack anymore. We wiped out the pack. It doesn't have a family. So, either we take responsibility or we take responsibility.
I catch you. I don't know. I don't feel good about this either way. We can't exactly take it with us. We got work to do in a discreet fashion, presumably.
Well,
Ray just kind of looks at all of you. Yeah, I don't know. You figure it out. And she kind of like walks around the tree. Oh my God, big Ray.
holy
Big
shit!
token. Yep.
She walks around the tree and kind of looks at the little girl.
Rawl, I guess, is going to try another animal handling to see if the wolf will come with us, like, of its own free will.
Sure. What do
without needing to be, like, led along by a leash or anything.
At this point, I'm coming back over, brother.
So, are you like walking up to it? Are you just like standing there?
Staying low, but seeing if I could get it comfortable with, like, me petting it. I don't know. See if that works.
Sure. You can roll this with advantage. You've given it food. It's happy about that. So.
Second time. Yeah.
Just barely. Yeah, the wolf kind of like lets you pet it, and it actually kind of nuzzles you and gets close.
Alrighty. He'll look at the wolf and go, well, if you behave enough, you may be getting lunch in the form of Rick. Who knows? We'll see.
A far-off goat that sounds like a sheep, no?
You now have a wolf. Congratulations. You've domesticated this wolf to some extent, and it is now part of your party. The little girl, seeing that this is kind of all goes down, she looks down, she's like, well, I am so happy that you guys came along. Oh my God, that's freaking wolves, man. They are all over the place over here. And she like...
Is she still up in the tree?
Yeah, she like climbs down.
Wait, can I go to the bottom of the tree while she's still up there and sort of like, gesture for her? And can I catch her?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I was. Yeah, I was in the same flavor of like trying to help her down.
Oh, sure, yeah. Either one or both of you can help her down.
Together.
She gets down and she's like, "Thank you guys so much. I'm doing what I can. I'm trying to earn money to be able to afford attending this academy in Elturgard that I really like."
What are you trying to do? What do you want to be, study-wise?
Well, I'm trying to learn magic. I've heard magic is really cool, and there's this magic academy in Elturgard that like they do all these cool things, and I just really want to be able to help people with that magic. But the only way I've been able to earn money is by doing these kind of like missions for delivering different packages and stuff.
So I just like I want to like get down on one knee, you know, because I'm fucking enormous, and like sort of like kneel in front of her, and I'm gonna, you know, take out the blue rose that we got from the wedding, and sort of, you know, like tuck it into, I don't know what she's wearing, but tuck it somewhere on her clothes, and I want to give her a gold piece, and just sort of get close to her and say, helping people with magic is one of the most noble things that you can do, and that is wonderful. I'm just gonna, you know, give her the gold and the flower.
Yeah, you do so. And give me 1 second, I'll show you what she looks like.
I will offer up some of my own jerky back to Gens in trade.
I will accept the jerky.
Alright.
Grace, you see, just kind of like looks at the coin and then looks back at you, and then looks at the coin and looks back at you, and you see her like a tear just kind of forming in her eye. This is more than I've earned all year. I don't know how to thank you.
Thank me by learning to help.
Well,
Yeah, that's right. Savage. No.
well, here, and you'll see her kind of like turn her back to you guys, and then you'll see her kind of like take out a small knife and start cutting something, and you see her hand.
Take out a small knife, stab me in the chest.
And you see her take the, you see that she's cut off a little piece of her scarf, and she kind of hands it to you, and she's like, if any of you return this to me, when I become a famous magic user, I will give you one free lesson once I learn what I need to learn.
Can I take it and tie it around the head of my other axe, like my offhand axe, like down around the handle?
You can definitely do so. This is like a rainbow scarf, so it's just like all these different colors around this one part of the scarf that she's given you. You can tie it around. She looks at you, and then she's like, "You are way too nice."
Do you know this neck of the woods very well?
Sorta. I've seen her around more. You see Reya just kind of like leaning back, like kind of like standing there in a very like unimpressed way.
No, Reya, you're really not that good at that staying hidden thing, huh?
Reya just kind of scoffs and then starts walking back towards her horse.
Have you seen anyone on the road around here who looks like they might be up to no good?
Not recently.
I see. Well, that's better for the both of us, really. But stay away from those wolves.
I mean, yeah. I'm happy that, like, everything's working out. Where are you guys headed?
Well, Reya knows.
Where he's going?
I'll gesture over to the person who's now gone. Oh. We're following her.
Oh. Well, she seems like she knows what she's doing. Maybe. Although she's kind of young. You're following her? As she looks around at the group of these big-ass, like, various Genasis and, like, tall humans.
Yeah, I'm not that tall.
Taller than her.
Yeah, but... Yeah.
I say nothing.
Listen, we're very capable, young lady. We officiated a wedding not too long ago this very day.
Oh, that's so sweet. I know that they happen. Did you do it on the hill? At the hill
Yeah,
with
right
the
on the
nice
hill.
view?
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It's always so pretty. I love going there at sundown. It can get a really nice view.
Yeah, and
Gonna head back to those.
before we go our separate ways, just to be clear on what Jens was asking, you haven't seen groups of people that maybe have a bad vibe about them, wear probably the same outfits, maybe chant different things, really into dragons, that type of thing?
She thinks for a minute. No. You're talking about, I don't know, somebody was talking about the Cult of the Dragon or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I've not seen anybody like that. Although I hear they're really scary. They're like almost as scary as the direwolves.
Yeah, well, they haven't run into Brant yet, so.
Damn.
Who's Brant?
Big boy right there.
I'll sort
gesture to
of
Brant.
sort of give her a little squeeze on the shoulder.
Wow, you're so strong. Where are you? Why you have fire? What is that? And she like pokes you.
And I'll just sort of like lean in a little bit and sort of smile at her. Between you and me, and I'll cast Burning Hands. Or no, I'll cast Produce Flame.
Burning
So
hands!
I just have the fire on my fingers. I've already had my first lesson. And then I'll sort of make a fist and make it go out. I'm gonna hold you to that second one.
Yeah, I will definitely show you once you come around. All the magic things I learned.
Between you and me, the girl takes 3d6 fire damage.
No,
Oh no!
I had my fire spells confused.
Yeah, you said burning hands, and I was like, I was like, is she about to
No.
kill this little girl?
What is about to happen?
Oh,
What are you? Let me show you.
Let me show you what fire is. You see her smile. She's like, you're really cool. Oh, wait, one sec. And she whistles, and you hear what sounds like the clumping of like hoofs from above you guys as a donkey comes into view, heading down the hill. That's Lonky. And you see Lonky like come straight up to her and just kind of like casually nudge her.
noted.
Roll.
We got enough pets, Grace.
No, he's my pet.
Funky.
Oh, I see. Okay. This is a mighty fine donkey you got there.
Yeah, Lonky is the only thing that can get me to where I need to go and helps me make money. You'll see, like, looking at Lonky, Lonky looks kind of bad. He's missing his left eye, and also his right ear is also gone.
And where is it that you need to go, young one?
I'm going back to Elturgard.
Well, can I sort of like scoop her up and like put her on Locky?
Yeah, you can definitely do so. Oh, thanks. I could have gone up by myself, but thank you. That's very nice. Wonky's in the chat. Just gonna break her. She just looks over. She's like, "Oh, well, hold me to that lesson. I will talk to you. I will talk to you soon. My name's Grace, by the way. Nobody asked for her name.
Yeah, but you said it, so I thought that she had said it.
No, I just called her Grace.
Oh.
Oh.
I was just gonna like clap his thigh, like this way, talking to the wolf.
The
Fine,
wolf just
fine.
follows you. Grace.
All right.
My name is Jens. This is Brant, the fellow who gave you the flower. This is Murko and Zephyr. And it's too many names for me, but remember Brant.
Brant is cool. The Murko guy is cool too. You have a cool cloak.
Yeah, thanks. It's a dwarven cloak actually. That's why it's kind of short on me, but I like it too.
It's pretty cool. As she sees the wolf go by her, and she like, ah! Oh, did you just domesticate the wolf? Is that a puppy now? She looks down at it.
Puppy.
So, I guess so.
Puppy cute, but also mean.
Yeah, the dragon man with the goat now has a dog. So, if you're confused, it's because I am too. Listen, Grace, be safe out there. We got some work to do, but well, good luck with your endeavors, and I'm sure you'll have great success no matter what.
Yeah, you've got very kind words. Thank you. And she just kind of like starts making her way with the donkey. Wonky the donkey is actually pretty fast. You see her kind of like get into a gallop, and you're like, wow, that is a fast freaking donkey. As she kind of makes her way. Cool. Yeah, Reya kind of goes back to her horse, and we are going to take a quick 5-minute break, and then we'll be right back.
Cool.
Oh.
Thanks.
Dopey dope.
I'm currently copying over the attacks and features from the stat block into that sheet.
Yeah, I mean, if you just want to roll, you can roll straight from the sheet on D&D Beyond.
Is there a wolf sheet on D&D Beyond?
There is. I can send it to you.
Wolf stonks. I gotta stop saying stonks. I don't know what's with taking me.
We've all been there where there's just something that's infected your brain. You just can't stop saying it.
Just in me, yeah.
It's an earworm, yeah.
This is a non sequitur, not a non-sponsored stream. Anyone shop at Trader Joe's? You seen these things? Amba. They're like little peanut puff like chocolates. It might be the best shit I've ever had.
That looks addicting.
It looks like something
I
that you'd
want
like.
to play that stuff all the time.
I think that's
Like,
I think it's a
insane.
Korean thing where it's like Cheetos. It's like the puffy Cheetos, but it's like sweet and peanut butter flavored.
Yeah, and it's dipped in chocolate. Like, fuck.
Yeah, it sounds delicious.
You gotta try this. Yeah, it's crazy.
Sounds delicious. You'll see Reya kind of like up on her horse as we come back to the scene you guys are in. Reya kind of looks over at Rawl with his newfound dog friend. Rawl, also, it looks like your HP went back to max. Did somebody heal you?
I got hit for 4 healing, but like I haven't been healed since.
Yeah, I
Did
don't
my
know.
token get reset somehow? I'm still at 4 health. Still.
Yeah, I think your token got reset, but that's okay.
There. I can get back.
Cool. Reya is like on her horse, just kind of like waiting, and she sees you walking forward with the wolf, and she's like, well, I mean, it looks like you might need the help based on how you did in that battle anyways.
Well, I'll come up and I'll sort of pat Rawl on the shoulder and say, "Good job out there today, sport." And I'll cast Cure Wounds.
Nice.
For a full-on three healing.
For a nice 3 healing. We love it.
Work? Yeah, it worked.
Very nice. Cool. Anything else that you guys would like to do here?
Hell no.
Do y'all want to set up, maybe take an hour or so to collect ourselves, or should we just hit the road? I know Raw's looking a little beat up. We got this new pup with us.
How much was
Well,
the Cure Wounds
it's
worth?
a half day's journey there. And we left at about like noonish. So if we go and we get close, then we can set up camp for the night, take a full night's rest, and then get going in the morning.
Reya,
Just a smart man.
Reya looks at you all. I'm afraid that if we do that, we probably won't be able to actually catch them. The information I have is really only valid for today, as far as I'm aware.
And how far are we from the point of interest here?
Not far. We're pretty close to the woods, but we will need to dismount once we get there because the woods are kind of rather dense. So,
Not the only thing.
Brawl, what do you think?
did you say
Go
that out
ahead,
loud? Somebody said something about being dense out loud in a witty comeback. I'm just making sure that was said out loud.
Yeah, I mumbled that. Yeah.
Huh. Let's see. Oh.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Reya looks at you. You know, if you want to come up with witty insults, you should probably just say them to my face, and, you know, make sure I don't accidentally lead you into a death trap or something. She just kind of, like, stares at you.
I've said plenty to your face.
She shakes her head. Ah, newbies. They always think they're better than everybody else. Anyways, are you guys ready to go?
Yeah, what do you guys think? Raw, I guess it's kind of on you. You're the one in most vulnerability here.
Well, I think we should keep going forward. Can't exactly improve if I'm not constantly in danger.
I like your attitude. All right, let's hop to it, gang.
I hop to it.
I hop to it. Nice. Yeah. You guys jump on your horses. Good to go. Reya kind of leads the way. She'll also say, Elturgard Woods have gotten more dangerous of recent, so just keep your wits about you as you guys mosey on.
I put my cloak back on.
Cool. Anything you guys would like to do on your way?
Can I sharpen my axe while we're... Can I use my whetstone to sharpen my axe?
Most definitely. Yep.
So how does that work?
I mean, it doesn't really do anything besides having roleplay value.
No, it says that it has a... On the D&D site, it said that, like, if you take the time to do it, it adds something.
What?
For like a certain amount of time.
As far as I'm concerned, it does not. But,
Oh, alright.
yeah, I may be missing something.
Yeah, it says, when you spend 1 minute sharpening a single non-magical weapon, or up to 5 pieces of non-magical ammunition, a whetstone will grant that item a non-magical +1 bonus to attack damage for the next 8 hours, and 1 hour less per every battle.
Yeah, but you're using this on your hand axe, correct?
On the offhand that I just tied the little scarf onto, because I can't sharpen my fancy one.
I think the intention here is that you're meant to be just focused on doing this and not doing this while you're riding. As that would probably be the intention, I would assume. Like during a short rest, you're going to be doing this instead of resting.
Okay. Alright.
So I'm going to rule this as like, no. You could definitely do for RP value of like, oh, I'm like, doing this while I'm riding, but you're not really resting while you're riding, according to D&D 5e rules.
Is there like, I'm gonna start, right, kind of sauntering up next to Raoul and kind of just offer, is there anything I can do for your wounds?
I'm in a little pain right now, but I feel like I can keep going fighting.
Is there no tourniquet of sorts that could aid the chunk of flesh that's missing, or perhaps I could try can cover your wounds?
I'm doing all right. I'll manage.
Okay. Saunters away.
Murko has spent a lot of time in Baldur's Gate around a lot of people concealing different aspects of their identity, and he has a particular, he pays attention to people, and it has had experience doing so. Now that he's spent some time with the group, he's been paying particular attention to Jens, who's setting off some alarm bells for him because he's just dumbfounded as to why he's here. And there's this guy who's an older man. He seems to have been
41. He's not old.
He's an older man. He seems to have been an Uber driver for his whole life. And now he's out set to kill, to take a cult down. So, and I've sort of figured out why Rawl is here. It's obvious why Brant is here and Zeph now is here, and it all makes sense. And Jens is the only one who's not. So I've been trying to subtly just keep my eye on him and pick up any like subtle things that he might be doing that might sort of reveal more about him. I don't know if there is that there, but if there is, Murko is looking for it.
Go ahead and
let's do some opposed stuff. No. No.
I don't think Jens would like intentionally be hiding anything.
No, he wouldn't be. Yeah.
It's just like not a thing. But you can go ahead and make me a perception check.
Okay.
Like,
he just called you a normie. He was like, you were like
a fucking Uber driver. Yeah.
With a 21 Jens, what would he pick up based on what you're wearing? Items, valuables, clothing. I know you have your holy symbol on, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, it may not be clear that my holy symbol is on still, but now that we've set off, like, I'm no longer in just like replete commoner's garb, but instead have, a simple set of chainmail. And from what you can see physically, I just kind of look like a weak warrior. with, like, not necessarily incredibly sturdy, but certainly better fortified than most, carrying like a shield at his waist, a small buckler at his waist. So perhaps deceptively sturdy, for his build, but that's probably all you could kneel from, like, my physical appearance. Is like, I'm sturdier than just a common Uber driver. But
Right. Is there anything that you've said or done that would make Murko, based on the 21, think that there's something you're hiding or being deceptive about?
I don't think there's anything that he's being deceptive about. I think that it would be very clear that Jens isn't necessarily quick to, like, offer up like information or, like, really speak out. And it kind of only speaks in turn. So I don't think that you would necessarily see that I'm trying to deceive you, but I'm definitely, like, not an open book, right?
Okay.
I'm curious, like, how are you, like, being perceptive? Like, I guess just looking at him. Like, is that all you're doing?
I'm looking for mannerisms. Like, for example, he goes up and he just asked Raw, like, "Oh, can I tend to your runes?" Like, whatever. And when he's doing that, is he being genuine? Is he capable in tending to his wounds? Is he, like, all of a sudden he snaps a finger and Raw is, like, back to 1,000,000%? Is something not adding? I'm looking for things that don't add up to the persona that I'm being sold.
Well,
This
you're definitely
older, weak kind of cleric-y Uber driver.
Sure, yeah. You're definitely sold on, this is an awkward, shy motherfucker who, like, does seem kind of out of place.
Okay.
I don't know if you can get much more.
If you can roll me a D20, Will.
Sure. I fear God in this moment. Oh dear.
Yeah, nothing seems to happen. Yeah, that's all you get from him.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Anything else?
Sick. You gonna talk to me or just gonna look at me?
No, not yet.
Cool.
I'm taking notes.
Take notes, brother. Take notes.
Actually, while this is going on, can I cast another Cure Wounds on Roll again?
Yep.
Thank you kindly.
And then I'm just gonna sort of sit on my horse and meditate on my axe and regain that spell slot.
Appreciate it.
So, oh, cool.
I'm at
Another 3 points of healing.
roughly at half health now.
Nice.
So like, can I retroactively say that I did that when I did the first round of healing? Like, it was all at once.
What?
Like both of those cure wounds. Can I say that I did those both at once, like retroactively?
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to change the difference, so sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So then for this part of the trip, you just sort of see Brant sort of with his axe like in his lap, and his eyes are closed, and he's sort of like, his face is like up to the sun. I'm not sure. We're traveling like northeast, right?
It's a good question. We'll see if you do know. Roll survival.
May I assist?
You would be able to tell that you guys are traveling north, like due north. Like when you got to the crossroads,
Okay.
you headed straight north.
All right. Then he's just trying to get some sort of sun on him, and he's just sort of meditating on his axe.
Dope. What about the rest of you? Anything else you guys are doing? As you guys are being led by Reya?
I think that after seeing those wolves, I'd be a little spooked, a little bit more alert. Just kind of like jumpy. Even, I don't know if I'd be slightly put off by Roll, like, refusing an offer of help, but a little bit unsettled from encountering those wolves and Roll rebuffing me. So I guess it's like a unsettled perception check. No. That's what I would reckon. But I don't know.
Cool. The rest of you? Anything else?
Trying to keep the goat and the wolf from fighting. That's about it.
The wolf one,
How's that going?
The wolf is pretty, pretty good in terms of that. Like, he's not going after the goat or anything. He already had food, so he's chilling.
Yeah, after doing my best attempt to size the ends up, I'm just focusing on the path ahead, making sure I can sort of keep a log in my head of where we've been, where we've come from.
For sure. Cool. Yeah, you guys come to the point where Reya just kind of like holds you guys, and then she's like, "All right, well," she jumps off, and she's like, "Time to walk from here." She kind of leads her horse to kind of like, you'll see this kind of opening of this dense forest and the very small kind of dirt path that leads and kind of winds in between the trees heading inward.
I get off, I follow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cinch the goat to the horse and hop off. Kind of wolf along.
Can I don't know why, but I'm still like not like, I'm usually a pretty trusting person, but similar to Murko getting red flags, I still get like kind of set off by Reya. Can I do an insight check about like does she seem pretty steadfast and true in her, like, we're gonna go find this cult and just like fuck them up, you know?
Oh yeah, you can roll insight.
Cool.
I mean, she doesn't seem like she's trying to deceive you. She's
Okay.
pretty clear, like, her mission is one thing, and you've noticed that, like, as you guys have gone past all these things, like, she's been very one-minded. Like, we do the mission, we get this done, you know, that's what we're supposed to do.
Cool.
Listen.
Reya, what's the plan of action here? Are we meant to be quiet? Do we got to scout them out? Are we looking for something in particular here?
She looks at you and she's like, I have an idea where they are, but as to exactly what we will face, I'm not quite entirely sure. I know that the Cult of the Dragon is really what we are after, but yeah, I'm not exactly sure what other insights I could give you besides that is kind of all I've been told. I mean, the idea would be to at least get one of them to bring them back to Elturgard as proof.
And in terms of just locating them from here, do you know where we're going already, or are we in search mode from here on out?
Half and half. I know that I have a decent understanding of, like, which way we need to go, but we will need to see if we can find any tracks or anything that might reveal where they're headed.
I will scan the ground for tracks.
Yeah, you can. Go ahead and roll me a survival. She'll also look at the rest and be like, are any of you in particularly good trackers by chance?
Rawl raises his hand.
Would that be survival?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jens,
Zephyr just
the ground is the ground.
Everybody else in.
Go ahead, Zephyr.
So
Zephyr's just looking around like at everybody else, just kind of worried.
Cool. Brant, you will notice that this, it's very clear that this path that kind of like leads into the woods has been recently traveled. Several branches are broken, the grass like just outside is kind of disturbed, as if somebody kind of was like walking over it. You also notice that, like, you know, it's definitely clear that like the way forward is through here. And you also see that there's several signs that there's been more than just one or two people. This is like a bigger group.
I relay all that to the group.
Ray looks at you. Wow, you're pretty good. At least good for something. Tracking, apparently. She looks at the rest of you. So, I say we let him lead. That sounds like as good of an idea as we can. But, yeah, besides that, I mean, our biggest goal here is to find the cult, take them out, and bring one of them back for interrogation purposes.
So what time of day is it at this point?
It's about evening. Well, not evening. It's like midday, like late midday. So I'd say like 2.
Okay. And yeah, I'll take out my axe and start to lead following the trail.
Cool.
We just we just don't want to get ambushed, y'all. So let's have our wits about us and proceed as quietly as possible. Go ahead,
Rawl
Rob.
will be looking at the wolf, like kind of like paying attention to the wolf's reactions. He knows that their hearing and smell is pretty decent, so he'll just be like paying attention to them as we go.
Yeah. Woke.
And maybe when we do find these folks, we can observe them briefly from afar. Maybe one of them will split off from the group if we're lucky, or there'll be a discreet way to infiltrate. Who knows?
Well, isn't our goal not just to capture someone, but to somehow lay waste to them?
Right, but if there's as many of them as Brant suggests there might be, we got to be careful with engagement.
Two things. First, Jens, can you make me a history check? And then the rest of you, is anybody proficient in nature? And if you are, please roll a nature check. If nobody is, we'll just continue. Which looks like nobody is. Cool. Yeah, you don't remember anything. Jens? Your rolls have been spectacular tonight.
Yeah, I got 1 crit. Watch yourself.
Cool.
Only
Yeah.
proficient in history.
So, as you guys walk in, you'll kind of see that the entirety of the woods is kind of oddly, dimly lit from the companion that's above Elturgard. Being a kind of like natural sun, but this is like a brighter light, so it kind of is able to shine even through some of the dark kind of tops of the forest. As you guys continue down the path, you guys will notice that, there's kind of various ways that you guys can go here. You'll notice that there's kind of tracks that lead off in different places. Brant, go ahead and make me another survival check. Cool. Yeah, you guys continue to walk. Brant, you're just leading them. And after about like 30 minutes, Reya speaks up. Are you sure we're on the right path?
Well, I'm sure that the steps that we were following went this way. As to whether or not those are the correct steps.
Interesting. Well,
I recall you having intimate knowledge of these woods, no?
Decently, but
Perhaps more than someone new to this region.
maybe. Let me take a look around. Reya kind of like walks around the area, kind of looking for additional clues, noticing that there's not really any. The tracks the way that you were leading, there's no other tracks down the same way that Brant was kind of facing. She'll notice a few things. First, she'll kind of like walk back to you guys and be like, well, there appears to be some footprints that seem to be fresh, probably within the last 2 hours or so, kind of down the sides of a hidden creek. It's over here, over that way. Another thing, we also could, I noticed that there might be an opportunity using that creek to our advantage. The rushing water probably will keep us a little more quiet, hidden. But that's about all I know. But if they have been made within the last 2 hours, that gives us a timeline that we probably are close on their trail. What do you think?
Are they a traveling band, or are they set up? Is their headquarters out here, or are they mobile?
Well, they've never really gone into Elturgard Woods before, so definitely not their headquarters here. But we do know that like they're here for some reason. We're just not sure why entirely. Okay. It seems there's 3 ways that we could go. We could go this path that I found. It'll take us a little while. There's also that hidden creek I mentioned. Or we can kind of go through the woods, potentially offering us more opportunity to find other entrances to wherever we're trying to go, whatever this place is that we're trying to find.
I personally think the creek is a good idea. I mean, if they're out here in the woods on their own, they're probably relying on fresh water, and I'd bet their camp or wherever they're hung out is not too far from the river.
I say we move along the creek and have the stealthiest among us continue following the trail and move in tandem.
Are you saying we should split up?
No, I'm saying we have one person continue to follow the trail because they go in the same direction, right?
Not exactly. They kind of go different ways, as far as I can tell. The path kind of leads away, but there's kind of prints on the path, and then the creek kind of goes similarly, but bridges off to the right a little bit.
As much as stealth could be useful, I question a mobile party trekking along perhaps a more obscure route next to a stream. I would, if the party is as big as you suspect, Brant and Reya, perhaps the woods would be where they would travel. No, your guess may be as good as mine, but are there not fewer tracks towards the creek?
Reya kind of shrugs. Well, there appears to be about 3 sets of some type of humanoid along the sides of the creek.
Some cult-free members.
Well, I mean, I did find like 5 on the other path as well. She shrugs and kind of leans back. But, I mean, up to you guys. She's kind of leaning against a tree that's next to her.
Alright, we got one for creek, one for woods. Brant. It's kind of both. What about Zeph and Raw? What do y'all think?
But for the tree path,
2 for trees. Zeph, what do you think?
I am not very experienced out here in the world, so I'm gonna go with the big guy, and he'll point to Brant.
All right, Brant, you're the tiebreaker. What's the move here?
I think continuing to follow the path is wise as long as we are careful about how we move forward.
So the woods, you're saying? All right, woods it is.
Well, sounds like we're settled in. You'll see kind of she tosses up a dagger up and down as she's kind of like walks forward. Off we go! And she'll like kind of head off on the path.
Perhaps stealthily, Reya?
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably a good idea. She sheaths the dagger, and then we'll kind of like step off slightly to the side of the path into the kind of dense kind of woods to add some type of stealth. And everybody, please roll me a stealth check.
Oh, no way. No way.
Oh.
Wait,
well.
Sorry. I need to roll 2 of these.
Yeah, me too.
I just saw a big old bee on my screen.
Take the lower
good.
for me. Take the lower for me.
For a moment there, I thought the bee meant 1, and then I look over and it said crit. I'm like, oh.
Oh, I saw a 7 on my dice. I thought that I rolled a 1.
Oh no.
That's happened to me all night, yeah.
I did not.
It's-
Though.
Better than a 1, so. Anything's
Still better than me.
Oh my. Okay. Cool. Yeah, you guys kind of continue forward, and you're very not stealthy. Reya, you'll hear kind of like trudging through the bushes, and you also hear Yen's is very, very loud. His kind of armor jangling throughout the forest as he walks forward. As you guys continue, you start to get an odd feeling. almost as if being watched. And then out of the corner of your ear, you will hear what sounds like a mix between a screech and a scream emanate from your side as the trees break forward, and that is where we'll end our session today.
Yo.
What?